All right, everyone. Good evening and welcome to this very special live event for hempSMART. My name is Doug. I'm one of your speakers and your host this evening. And we're super excited that you could take just a few minutes out of your schedule to join us to get some great information. You know, what our goal is this evening is just to share some valuable information so that you and your loved ones can make just some great educated decisions regarding your life and your lifestyle, and really just to separate the fact from the fiction. Now, you might be watching and listening in live from anywhere. That's fantastic. Welcome. And you might be watching the recording. So either way, thank you for being here. I'm going to go ahead and share a presentation with you. Just one moment. All right, guys, welcome to the hempSMART presentation. We could have a lot of different folks joining us here. You might be a hempSMART, one of our associates. Welcome if you're a health or wellness professional, maybe a business professional, and also guests, because a lot of people will come to this presentation, will watch it, who are just naturally curious. Maybe it's a topic that doesn't come up a lot in your everyday life. So on behalf of hempSMART, we appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining us today, and let's go ahead and get started. Guys, I have one question for you tonight as we get started, and that is just, you know, we're all very busy. We have a lot going on in our lives, and let's face it, sometimes, we get caught up in our routines. We think in terms of what we believe is possible, maybe not possible, based on our life experiences. We're all different. And my question for you is, if you could think about your ideal life, now that could be a lot of different things. My question is, what would that look like for you? You know, we could poll 1,000, 10,000 different people. We would probably have 10,000 different variations of answering that question. But my experience and human nature tells us that whatever your answer is to that, there are components in that answer that are similar for every single person that is watching us, that is thinking about their answer to that question. It really boils down to two different components, two different ideas that we will synthesize together into understanding that it's really one thing. The first common characteristic for folks is I believe that they would love to have optimal health. Now, people even might think about that term and say, well, that's different for me as opposed to this other person. But let's briefly just think about what that means for folks. It might be looking and feeling your absolute best. It might be having vitality, to just have strength and mobility to get around, just having a really active life. Having plenty of energy and restful sleep so that you feel good and you're just in tip-top shape. Longevity, of course. That's just, being around for those years to enjoy family, your kids, your grandkids, whatever it is, the things that you enjoy. Activities like travel, that certainly mentally and physically can be draining. So it takes a lot of stamina and strength and health to travel and do those things that we love to do. And also to have the focus, clarity, and the ability to constantly, repair ourselves and just kind of restore those parts of our bodies and our mind that we need for optimal health. The other part of that coin, I believe, is the optimal wealth, I call it. And what I mean by that is it isn't necessarily, when you say wealth, people a lot of times will think money or financial security. Those are certainly important because we need those a lot of times to be able to enjoy other things in our life and to help other people. But I'm really talking about the things that you might see on your screen right now, and that is satisfaction and fulfillment in what we're doing. A lot of people aren't getting to enjoy that in their daily routines. Being in charge of your own life, and that could go right to the next point, going where you want, when you want to go. Not having to ask somebody if you want to go travel or go visit a family member, somebody who's sick, something like that. Optimal wealth to me is having the resources and the freedoms to be able to help those people closest to you in your life, your family members, friends, parents, children, the community, maybe your church. So that's certainly wealth that a lot of people think about. Creating safety and security in your life. So, you know, if something happens to you, are you going to be able to take care of things? Security to a lot of folks means not being able to be fired, you know, being in charge of your own destiny. That certainly is a wealthy perspective. Realizing your true potential. That is a wealth that a lot of people say, you know, that it goes beyond just the ways that people think about the term wealth. And of course, loving what you do. So we've got the health aspect, every part of that. And then we have the wealth, which is really being in a state of sharing, of giving, of gratitude, of thankfulness. And that really allows us to get out there and make an impact in people's lives and for the planet and for ourselves. So just for a moment, I'd like you to do is just kind of take a step back. You know, like I said, it's easy for all of us. We all do it. I do it too. You know, we get kind of caught up in our routines. We get tired. We get beat down a little bit. But imagine if you could accomplish both of those things in your life together in one mission, in one movement. So that could be one goal and one mission. And imagine every aspect of your life just kind of moving forward in the right direction. You know, they say that as long as you're on an escalator, no matter which way you're facing, you're going up. So it's kind of that concept. One mission that focused on the health and wealth that we've been talking about, and consistent, measurable results, so that as you're going along in this journey, that you know that you are making progress in the right direction and moving forward. What we're talking about is the industry of, you could call it network marketing, sharing with folks, networking with people. It really is just, it's word of mouth. We're talking about that industry where people share great experiences, great products, great services, and just a few facts in case you didn't know. Maybe that's new to you and you didn't realize kind of the magnitude and the evolution of what's happening. In the US alone, last year, 18.5 million people involved in that vehicle and that model, producing about $35 billion in sales. So it's not just a few folks, it's a nice healthy percentage of the population that's just being rewarded for doing something natural that we all do every day anyway. It's interesting that the health and wellness sect of that industry not only is by far the largest and has been for as long as people can remember, but it's always been the fastest growing slice of that pie, so to speak. It's almost 75% women. That's interesting. This industry attracts people of all ages and ethnicities, people living in every different state, both sexes, every walk of life, no matter where they live. But it just happens to attract about 75% of the industry is women. It's growing steadily every year. It grows by it accelerates in growth every year, and absolutely no signs of slowing down. So there's a little security there in knowing some of that. It is what I like to call the perfect business. Why is that? Several reasons. You can start immediately. This is not like a college degree, though we attract a lot of educated folks, people that are already successful, but it's something that you can get going immediately on and see fairly immediate results if you so choose. It creates something that we call residual income. So instead of trading time for money, you start something and do it one time, and that thing can pay you over and over and over again, month after month, year after year. Think of it as like Elvis's estate. You know, he's been passed away, God rest his soul, for 35, 40 years, something like that. Yet his estate still gets royalties and makes money, millions and millions of dollars a year based on what he did 40 years ago. That's residual income and the power of it. We're talking about being your own boss and having that safety and security that we were speaking about earlier. It's a perfect business, I like to say, because there is plenty of help, encouragement, and support to go around. You're never out there doing anything on your own. You're part of one team on one mission. You get a lot of personal growth and development that you might not find in a job or somewhere else, or maybe what you're doing right now. So this is a personal development program, and you'll be amazed at what you can become through this process. Here's one that I love. You get to help others on a massive scale. So whether your thing is to share the wealth, so to speak, and help those people in your life, if you want to help thousands of people around the globe, you would have a chance to do that. And if Mother Earth and the sustainability, the green movement is your thing, you would have a chance to do that as well. So you get a chance to make as big of an impact as you possibly want to make. We talked about quick profitability, the possibility to get going right away and be earning extra income almost immediately. And here's one that you have to love, unlimited potential. We don't put caps or ceilings in this industry on what you can make and therefore how many people you can help. That's entirely up to you. So 5 components very quickly that have to come together. The first one is, of course, incredible timing. You've heard it before. It really is true in life. Timing is everything. And that's what's happening with the industry that we're here talking about tonight. And that is the beginning of absolute explosive growth regarding hemp and CBD. We're going to hear about that from our guest speaker here in just a moment, an expert in the industry and field. But really, CBD, wellness products, health products, personal care products, things that people are wanting and needing every day, and the growth is absolutely exploding. You can see that right there. It's doubling in size every year, and not only that, but it is accelerating at the rate of that growth, and it is growing exponentially. And that's something that we really look for. If we're looking at a business that can accomplish all of those things for us, that we want to possibly put some effort and some time into to build, we want to make sure that we have the right timing for the industry that we're selecting. This is an industry that's predicted by Forbes and several other well-known, respected entities to grow to $2 to $3 billion just in the next 2 to 3 years, guys. 2021, that's only 2 to 3 years away, depending on how you look at it. And that is what we're looking for. That's the sweet spot of a place that deserves your attention for sure. There are reasons for that growth. There is a buzz out there. You probably know that. You might be everywhere that you're seeing on Facebook, maybe out online, everywhere that you're looking, talk shows, the news, you see it more and more. And that's because people are out there seeking information, seeking solutions for health and wellness challenges in record numbers. Absolutely, more than ever before. There are new products and opportunities that are available to us due to easier access, a loosening up of some restrictions that have been in place way too long, and shifts in people's attitudes looking at what those solutions in their own lives might be. And finally, it's the result of people's results from the products that they're taking. You know, like we said earlier, people share, it's human nature. When something wonderful happens for them, especially with their health, they're feeling better, they're looking better, they can't help but share that. It's like when you go to a great restaurant, you share that with someone. When you see a movie that you love, you share that with someone. So those experiences and those testimonials really are driving and fueling what's happening. Think of it, you've heard the term of a video, maybe on Facebook, going viral. That's when it goes from 0 views to millions overnight because people share it and they're so excited. Number 2 in our quick list of things that you would want to look for and what makes this absolutely different than anything else out there, and that is a company, an opportunity where the right products are in place that people are wanting, desiring. They're different for a reason, they're unique. And I'd like to welcome via audio tonight a very special guest, a colleague and friend of mine. You may know her already. She not only has too many credentials to list here on this slide, but she's also, for good reason, our chairman of our medical advisory board for hempSMART. Paula Vetter, are you here with us this evening?
I am lurking behind the screen.
Wonderful. Listen, I want to welcome you and thank you for being here for just a few minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and be your man behind the curtain. So when you'd like to go ahead, anytime you'd like the next slide, just please let me know.
Fantastic. Let's go ahead and get started.
All right.
As a holistic nurse practitioner for more than 30 years and a certified herbalist, I've been looking at and evaluating natural health solutions for my clients. And I have to tell you, when I crossed paths with hempSMART and sat down and really learned what they were doing, what they were dedicated to, that is really what attracted me. We're dedicated to doing the very best, and I'm going to share with you this evening a little bit about our products and our technology that put us in a unique place in the industry. The business in a box, some of you are familiar with. That's our sort of our compilation of current products. And for people who want to go and share this, it's like Doug said, we share a great restaurant we've discovered or a great movie we've seen. When you discover and have the experience of a phenomenal product that moves your health and wellness forward, we're eager to share that, because everyone has their own issues that may impact their lifestyle. The nice thing about business in a box is it's a self-contained system. It's really low-tech. You don't need a PowerPoint. You don't need to know all the 50-cent words. You just share with people what the products are and what the benefits might be for their particular situation. And I say to people that the business in a box and our products in general do two things. We educate people about what our technology offers, what our products can do for them. Everybody wants to know what's in it for me. They don't care about all of the sophisticated ingredients, which are amazing, but what they want to know is, what's my real life experience going to be? It inspires them that they can actually take charge of their health and take a natural approach to things without side effects. And lastly, it empowers them to make a difference in their health, in the health of the planet, and in their overall wealth. As Doug says, achievement without fulfillment is empty, but when you can help somebody achieve better health and achieve the lifestyle that they're looking for and have that energy and vitality, then you've really been a servant. Next slide, please. There we go. CBD stands for cannabidiol. You don't have to be able to pronounce that, but cannabidiol is one of the important therapeutic compounds that's in the hemp plant. A lot of people hear CBD and they think marijuana. So one of the things I like to lay out for people is the difference between marijuana and hemp. All of our products come from hemp. Hemp and marijuana are both part of the cannabis family. Think of the cannabis family like the canine family. In the canine family, you have Chihuahuas and you have Great Danes. Very, very different from each other. In the cannabis family, hemp and marijuana, part of the same family, but they're also very different. Marijuana has a high level of THC. That is the ingredient that can cause the high or the buzz, as it may be called. Hemp has a very low percentage of THC and a much higher percentage of CBD, which is therapeutic to the body in lots of ways. hempSMART goes one step further. Even though hemp is very low in THC, we remove all THC from our products. So every one of our products is not only hemp-derived, but also THC-free. That means no chance of clouding your mental acuity, no mind-altering effects, and no risk of failing a drug test. So that's important for people to know. Next slide, please. Not all CBD is created equal. It's like Doug said, there's a tremendous awareness growing now. You can find CBD everywhere. John Doe can make CBD oil in his garage and sell it at the gas station. So a lot of people will say to me, well, I've taken CBD for a couple weeks and I don't feel any better, or a few say I feel worse. One thing you have to know is organically grown CBD is important. Hemp is great for the planet because it cleans the soil. soil. It pulls toxins like heavy metals and herbicides and pesticides out of the soil, and they end up in the hemp plant. So if you're getting CBD from hemp that was grown in a contaminated area, along with CBD, you're putting lots of stuff in your body that doesn't belong there and may well be toxic. The second thing is full spectrum CBD is important. There are 400 compounds in the hemp plant. With our products, the only thing we remove is the THC, the intoxicating ingredient, but you're getting not just CBD, you're getting the complementary cofactors, the other cannabinoids and something called terpenes that are there. Mother Nature put those in the plant to make everything work synergistically. So with the hempSMART products, you're getting the full spectrum of what's in hemp with only the THC removed. We have a relationship with conscientious growers. We know what species of hemp is being grown, and we grow some very select species for high concentration CBD that's bioavailable. That means once you put it in your body, it's the form that is well absorbed and well utilized by your cells. We also do have independent lab testing. We have an independent certified lab that tests all of our products. They test the raw materials and they test the final products once they're formulated. That means you know exactly what's in the plant or what's in the product that you're getting. We are what we say we are, and what we say isn't in there, and that's all proven by our certificates of analysis that are available on the website. The other thing is our support products for brain and pain and so forth. The botanicals that are in there, the support herbs, are all present in fully therapeutic amounts. And the reason that's important is many products will add an herb that is popular, and people say, oh, this must be good because it has such and such herb in it. But they put in such a small amount that it doesn't have any therapeutic effect. All of our herbs are present in fully researched amounts, so they are truly the real deal, and people's experience in taking the products bears that out. Next slide. The endocannabinoid system, that's another 50-cent word. This is just a way of saying our bodies are hardwired to use CBD. The endocannabinoid system was discovered in 1992, and the endocannabinoid system is the orchestra conductor of the body. It achieves harmony between our cells, our organs, our glands, and our tissues. It's an extremely important system, just as the respiratory system or the cardiovascular system or the nervous system. The endocannabinoid system has three main functions. Number one, it balances all of our hormones. It regulates all of our brain chemistry, and it supports the normal response of our immune system. In other words, it supports the wisdom of every cell in our body to heal, repair, and regenerate the way it was always designed to do. Next slide. When we talk about hormones, we think of hormones, we think of the sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. But when I say the endocannabinoid system regulates hormones, it's not just the sex hormones, but the adrenal hormones that are responsible for our stress response, and the thyroid hormones, which regulate our metabolism. So think of the power that lies behind that. It regulates brain chemistry. Our brain chemistry is what is responsible for our learning, our memory, our focus and concentration, our ability to problem solve, our ability to get restful, restorative sleep, and it controls our appetite. And then the healthy immune response that's regulated by the endocannabinoid system regulates the body's normal reaction to both internal and external threats. So the endocannabinoid system is extremely powerful. We make small amounts of cannabinoids internally. There are cannabinoids in human breast milk, so this is not something foreign to our body. It's a natural supplement that supports that powerful effect of the endocannabinoid system. Next slide. CBD drops, our first product, these are for basic support of the endocannabinoid system. Our drops are oil-based, they contain no alcohol. Some companies will do a couple of things. Number one, most drops that you find are CBD isolate. That's the cheap way to do CBD. They don't use the 400 compounds in hemp. They just extract the CBD molecule. It's frequently in an alcohol tincture, and that's okay. But if you have someone who's dealing with sobriety issues or in recovery, they can't have alcohol. So the oil-based drops are appropriate for everyone. When you put them under the tongue, they are absorbed directly into the bloodstream. We have people hold them under their tongue for a minute, minute and a half. They don't have to go through the digestive system, and you will absorb 3 times as much by taking drops under the tongue as you will taking an edible form of CBD. Ours come in 4 flavors. We have lemon, orange, strawberry, and mint, and we have 2 strengths, the 250 milligram and 500 milligram. The 250 is 10 milligrams for every dropper full. 500 is 20 milligrams for every dropper full. They are all natural. They taste delicious. Unflavored drops usually taste like something out of your lawnmower bag. These have natural plant oil, essential oil flavorings, nothing artificial, but they taste delicious and support all functions of the endocannabinoid system. Next. The pet drops, human grade, it's just they're a different flavor. The pet drops are bacon flavor. All mammals have endocannabinoid systems. So whether you have a cat, dog, horse, goat, or whatever, if it's a mammal, you've got a furry critter, they can benefit from CBD. Supports all the functions of their endocannabinoid system. The endocannabinoid system does the same thing for other mammals as it does for us. So very, very powerful in regulating immune function, in helping with pain, and helping with sleep, and helping keep calm. All of those functions are critical. So next slide. The brain, a premium CBD product. All of our CBD products are organically grown. They're full spectrum. They're all tested. This also has your organic synergistic herbs in therapeutic amounts. CBD and bacopa, which is one of the main herbs in this, have actually been shown not just to help with brain function, with learning, memory, focus, mental agility, and mood, but those 2 things, the CBD and bacopa, actually help with a process called neurogenesis. That is the development of brand new brain cells. So we're talking about a natural health solution that actually helps to lay down new infrastructure in the brain. This is a patent pending, absolutely earth-shaking formula that people are thrilled with. So we're seeing a lot of great, great testimonials for brain. Next slide. The pain products, we have 2 forms. We have the CBD based cream with synergistic botanicals, things like arnica and astragalus and turmeric. Amazing response in terms of local targeted relief. It's a topical. It starts to work within 5 minutes. People are amazed at the almost instantaneous pain relief. It's especially for pain related to physical activity. The capsules are for more generalized pain relief. Again, we have some of the same botanicals, some unique things like a cucumber extract in this. Cucumber sounds pretty benign, but this particular extract is getting major attention at a lot of research centers for its unique ability to relieve pain with no side effects. Next slide. The face cream is our CBD with premium botanicals to nourish and hydrate skin cells, reduces the appearance of fine lines and age spots. It doesn't just hydrate the skin like so many cosmetic products do, but it actually bathes the skin cells in this nourishing environment of plant ceramides. Those are a very high-end constituent of face and self-care products, but it helps with skin regeneration and the turnover of new healthy skin cells. So we're actually kind of exfoliating from the inside out. Great, great results with that product as well. Next slide. And lastly, I have to do a disclaimer because CBD is not a drug. It is illegal to claim to treat any medical condition. So what the mantra that I ask everyone to learn is that our CBD products stimulate and support the endocannabinoid system. The endocannabinoid system regulates all of our hormones, all of our brain chemistry, all of our immune responses. When we create a healthy environment within the body, we support the inborn wisdom of every cell to heal and repair. So we address personal health and planetary health with our hemp products. We don't treat disease, but we create an environment in the body that makes it very difficult for disease to exist. And we're moving health and wellness forward on a daily basis. So I'll turn it back over to you, Doug.
Hey, Paula, thank you so much. I always learn something new every time you speak, and I'm sure some folks watching did as well. Let's go ahead on to the rest of the presentation. We'll move things along a little more quickly, but thanks so much for your wisdom and expertise.
My pleasure.
So guys, we have talked about the right timing. We've talked about the importance of the right products. Hopefully you heard some of that the last few minutes, that what makes hempSMART very unique in the marketplace and sought after. Number 3 is the right company. So something you should know very quickly about hempSMART, we are a wholly owned subsidiary of a very publicly traded company under the symbol MCOA. That means we have to really operate on a level that most companies don't. We're very fully reporting, completely open books. We have to rise to that level of excellence in everything that we do. We're a company of integrity and character, and we are committed to being the leader in this emerging global hemp and CBD market, soon to be many billions of dollars a year. So this is the it place to be, and we plan to dominate that space as the company hempSMART. Number 4 is a company offering the right rewards. There's a lot of different things that you could do out there that you might be having people bring in front of you, but honestly, let's face it, the things that are able to come to you to enrich your life, that is a part of the equation. So very quickly, you see some of those things on the screen, but rewards are often a lot more than just monetary rewards. That's certainly something that is important, but earning more income, owning your own time and schedule like we talked about, and taking charge of your own life. Remember now, we're talking about that vision of your optimal health and your optimal wealth. And the optimal wealth is helping those you care about most, maybe realizing your true potential. How about this? Building a legacy for your family and loved ones. This is an asset. Your hempSMART business is something that can help you take care of people for generations. It is a bequeathable asset. So it's a very significant real business. Abundance and peer recognition. And we talked about loving what you do. You know, that getting out of bed in the morning and knowing that you're making a difference in hundreds or maybe thousands of lives. So the right rewards, whatever that looks like for you. And finally, the right people, not only as a part of this company, helping build it and helping you behind the scenes, but all of your colleagues potentially. We are one team. We're on one mission. And I'm here to tell you that this is a group of people from a corporate standpoint that have a proven track record. And all of us at hempSMART are committed to making a major difference. These are people with a servant's heart. We're on a mission of purpose to help human beings around the planet and people everywhere. So if that sounds like the kind of people that maybe that you would love to travel the world with, spend your time, you know, just having fun with, accomplishing amazing things together, that's something I encourage you to think about. So those are the 5 components. It is a possibility for you to think about as a maybe a solution. If you're not maybe right where you at, if you want to add to what you already have going on, if you've been looking for that it situation, that space where all of the right components can be, what I like to say, in alignment for you to experience maybe the success that you haven't experienced before or you would like to again. There are several ways that you could move forward. That can be as simple as getting back to the person that told you about this recording or invited you here today and just simply raising your hand. You could say, hey, I'd love to get some more information. They'd be happy to do that for you. You might say, I would love to try some of that product. Could I get a sample of, your pain cream or of your face CBD infused moisturizer? So there's ways that you can sample the product. You could check out our compensation program and all those different rewards, more specific details, if you will, if that's the driver for you. And then, guys, we would love to have you consider being a part of this global mission with us. We are absolutely exploding in growth and size, and we are having some of the best weeks and months in the company's history. And that is it. You can become an associate today and be part of this movement. You no longer have to be standing on the sidelines, watching what's happening, wondering what's happening. You can actually be benefiting and helping everybody around you at the same time while we all move forward in that positive right direction. I want to thank you for being here today, and God bless. This is the place to be. And I want to remind you of one thing I always love to sign off with, and that is you may be just one decision away, whether it's maybe trying the product out as a product user or maybe launching your own hempSMART business. One decision away from completely changing your life. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for tuning in this time. I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording, and we will have that available for you soon. And we will see you next time. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you, Paula Vetter. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.